Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 29th of May to the 4th of June 2023. So we're heading towards a full moon at the end of the week, but before we get there there's a couple of other things to pay attention to. So on the 1st of June we come out of the last phase of Mercury retrograde. So we had the first phase, which is awareness. Then we have the recalibration phase where we make changes, and then we have the onwards and upwards phase where we see the benefit of the changes that we've made and the lessons that we've learnt, so we don't have to learn them again. So by the 1st of June, Mercury will be out of the third phase, and by now, hopefully, we'll have seen the positive effects of the changes that we've made, the reason behind them, the lesson, the story, and done the inner healing that goes along with that. Because if we've attracted a lesson into our lives, there's often a wrong belief or value inside of ourselves that needs adjusting so that we come out stronger, having changed our mind and altered those beliefs. So last few days to really get to the root of what those lessons were for you. And as we're coming towards the end of this, last week into this week, we've got Pluto opposite Mars. So Pluto and Mars are opposite each other, making a square angle, which is an awkward angle, to Mercury's final transit there, and bringing some breakthrough energy. There could be some necessary tension by the 1st, as we also have the Moon making an opposition to Mercury. So we've got what's called a grand square here. The signs to watch out for are Taurus, Leo, Scorpio and Aquarius, the fixed signs. And it feels like we've had plenty of opportunity to not be too fixed or rigid in our ways, embrace the flexibility of Mercury retrograde, and there's a breakthrough point coming on Thursday. So we spoke about the Mars-Pluto opposition last week, about the egoic will versus the higher self's plan, about the competing masculine energies that might bring in. And this week, like I say, we've also got the Moon in Scorpio joining in. So a Grand Cross breakthrough point on the 1st of June. Just wait to see what arises. Feel into things deeply, ask to be shown the message, but this should be an empowering aspect really, coming out of Mercury retrograde, feeling that you're stronger, you've got greater core strength, you've got wiser perspective, greater self-worth, whatever your story's been. It is worth taking notes though, because we will have a very, very similar time in September when Jupiter traces the exact same degrees in retrograde. So that will be the next step of the journey. It's really worth getting all the detail of this chapter so we're ready to advance at that time. Jupiter's been hanging around close to this Mercury retrograde for the last few weeks, and this week is very close to the North Node of the world as well. So the North Node of the world is said to be where we're all heading collectively. There could be some breakthrough there on a societal level, which would be to do with values and rebalancing, more expansive consciousness, and a general feeling of more empowerment. So we are in times where there is a very strong collective field, there's a very strong uprising in certain places, and that combined energy can reach critical mass at certain points. We're also in a time where corrupt systems need to be dismantled or will fall down under their own steam, and anything nefarious that's been going on behind the scenes will be brought to light. So although times seem a little bit chaotic, that can happen. So we're on the cusp of the age of Pisces and the age of Aquarius. You did actually come here to be part of holding a frequency for the vision that you have and contributing to the positive changes that are going on. But if we watch with compassionate detachment, whatever falls needed to fall, feeling the groundswell of what's rising up and knowing where you stand, having done your own research and having become an independent thinker, is very much in line with these Aquarian times. So now we come to the full moon in Sagittarius. That will be very, very early in the morning on the 4th of June, so that's 4:41 a.m. UK time, and it's at 13 degrees Sagittarius. So look to where 13 Sagittarius and 13 Gemini, because that's the sun opposite, are in your charts if you're following along and you want to get a little bit more value out of these lunations. But as this is coming right at the end of the week and we've gone through the Mercury and Jupiter and Pluto and Mars oppositions and squares, Sagittarius nearly always comes in a mind expanding, freedom loving, clear the way, remove obstacles so that we have a wide open landscape in front of us. So this could work really well if we've been feeling too limited or too shut down in our worldview or in our attitudes and our beliefs. Then this Sagittarius full moon could be a bit of a celebration at the end of the week. Having gone through the Mercury retrograde, are we now able to just be our true tone, amplify it, send it out, and actually have some dreams of adventure and excitement and some journeys to go on and some visions for the world, all to do with education, travel and expansion. That can be external, physically going to other places, or very much internal, learning, researching, exploring different big and important subjects. So wherever your excitement is, step into dreaming and visioning a bigger and better world for yourself. And Sagittarius is ruled by Jupiter. With Jupiter being a major retrograde story, as I've mentioned, in September, we might start to get the first inkling of what that will be about, where that journey will take us. It's guaranteed to be big and interesting, mind expanding, and something we can really learn from. So at the full moon, more likely on the 3rd of June, as we go into the full moon, have a look at where Gemini and Sagittarius are in your chart, and also keep your ears open for any hints as to where you can really expand your life. Now you've hopefully broken free from some limiting beliefs courtesy of Mercury retrograde, then what are we expanding into? What's our desire? What's our calling? So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available zoehind7@gmail.com. We can have a look at your chart, we can include tarot, I can teach you some aspects of your chart as we go along, or I do actually have full courses in astrology and tarot that I can do with you one-to-one with notes and videos. If you've got any blocks or limitations still nagging away, then I also offer astrologically based coaching. So we work from your chart, but we look at specific issues and we get to the root of them and pull them up there so that you can step more into your majesty. So for any of that, please do contact me. These videos are on my YouTube channel, Zoeastro, with also a playlist about the planet and a playlist about each sign, so you can get some learning there. And I post links on my Instagram at zoehind7 and Facebook at astrozo. So an exciting week really. The energy's building. There's a breakthrough point. There's some further revelations. And there'll be some hints and teasers as to what's coming up for us later in the year. So those are the horoscopes this week, and I'll see you next week.